Okay.
I'm doing bass practice tonight, and I'm playing on my BCP bass through a Fender Rumble. No distortion, no effects, just built-in sounds. And this is what it sounds like. So it sounds pretty good, but my big thing with practicing bass is I just practice moving things around, going between strings, and seeing how they sound. Very simple 4/4 stuff. I will try to do random things with like some slap pluck. This bass is not the best for slap pluck, so it's like it's not the best. I keep hitting my fingers there. I understand that that's not really necessarily an excuse. I need to raise my bridge a little bit because you can hear it. I will do some finger practicing, like stuff like that. I don't play fingerstyle that often. Not that I can't. I used to play a lot of fingerstyle. Playing bass mostly in punk bands, so it's a lot of you can do little fills, so it's like with one of our tactless songs, it's like for like the verse, and then it's like there's no. You don't want to be doing too many of these stupid widdly riffs, but having little fills are nice. So it's like just quick little fills. I tried to stick in the same key and maybe just move an octave or have complementary notes. So I can always have but I don't use a lot of this. I don't use a lot of that. With Rejected Monsters, when I write stuff, it's like you can expand on that a little bit by going like find. I mean, Slayer does a lot of that. You can do a lot of fun stuff with it too, like. Like where you get like a more of a tooly sound. Like honestly, you can do a lot of different stuff with the bass. And with practicing, you don't want to just stick to just. You don't want to just stick with that. You want to try to explore that more, so you can get weird sounds. Like you can do different jazzy things, like. Jazzy stuff like that. You could be like stuff like that, just simple walks. The biggest things you run into that a lot of people will not do a lot on, ironically, is chords. You'll hear it with like no effects, it was like. Stuff like that, or you'll have like stuff like that. If you're gonna do it though, make sure it's silent. You can do some ends with it, but you don't need to worry about that at the moment. It's like. Stuff like that. I just enjoy playing bass more than anything. You see me play guitar a lot, but it's not a preference. I prefer the bass. With the slap, well, you can even do it with a pick. You can be like. You don't want to do it just high strings. You want to try to bounce between them. When you're doing that, you want to make sure your finger stays plucked. So you don't want to like. Do stuff like that. I'm not like an expert bass player by any means. I'm not terrible, but I can't do everything. Like I can't do like the Ryan Martini finger taps stuff. I can't do that. I can't be purely percussive. I always need to have some stance in it, but that's possibly because of my history with punk rock. Because like with tactless, what the songs do, it's like. And then from there, it's like, so I don't have a lot of room to mess around with that. With Rejected Monsters, I get to do a lot more whenever I'm playing the bass, like. I get to have a lot more fun with it. breaking it and like you can do stuff like that a lot more. A lot of our stuff in Rejected is more simplistic bass. For multiple reasons. We don't want to take away from the song because the song is more intense, like feeling, not necessarily complex. Anytime we have to do the complex, usually I will take over the bass because our bass player's singing it. She's got the more intense femme fatale vocals. And then my lovely camera woman right now, she sings the very beautiful songs, a little bit of the monster vocals. For me, I'm doing mostly the rough vocal stuff. I will do some clean stuff, but I find that some of the songs are hard for me to play and sing at the same time. So it's like doing that on the guitar while singing is hard. The bass originally was written that way, but we switched it to like just the we switched it to that because we found if we did the bass the same as the guitar with that, it sounded too busy, too noisy. That's another thing you have to learn with bass is you have to know when to stand out and when to just blend in with stuff, when to go with the guitar, when to go with the bass, drum on the drums. Sometimes you have to syncopate a little bit. So it's like if you hear the drum beat up, and then you go. I can't do both at the same time. I'm not a drummer, but syncopating. More stuff like that, but all in all, like having a good understanding of your instrument and playing along with things that you love helps. Most people's first songs are stuff like that, like very simplistic. Some people are more the country, which like stuff like that. For me, it was Gorgeous Frankenstein, so it was a bit more hard for a beginner. Now, I can't remember how to play those songs because I haven't played them in so long. But I do sometimes like to play around with guitar licks on the bass to see how it sounds. So it's like that's harder because it's such a big difference. That's something I'm still working on. I can just do it like but going between the three sucks. I'm not good at it. I've been playing bass for 20 years. And I'm still making these mistakes. It's never too late, and you never stop learning. So just don't give up on it. And you'll get better. Next time you see me playing my bass, I'm not going to be talking. I'm just going to be playing some songs. But this was just a goof around practice and introduction to bass for people that are curious about bass. This BCP was $65 and it needed a setup, so be careful there, but sounds good. This has been me, and have a good day, guys.